Hey, hello everybody, welcome to Sound Test Room. Today we are taking a look at SynthMaster 2.9. Yes, because it never gets any love anymore, but SynthMaster 1's getting all the love, right? So I want to give SynthMaster 2.9. Now, I am working on a track. I'm working on this track here. Let me just close that a sec. I'm going to play this for you. It's part of a synthwave thing I'm doing. It's part 2 of a synthwave kind of thing that I'm doing as a project. But anyway, I'm using everything in here, 100%, everything you're about to hear here. And we're going to add some bits as well. I want to add like a solo over there. And there's loads more stuff to add, but you know, I wanted to show you it as it stands now. Let me just do this. So you see I've started to free stuff up anyway to you know, help with my CPU down here, and I've got all this stuff. So all of this, including these here, which is a basic rock pattern, this is also SynthMaster 2.9. So everything is SynthMaster, and all I've done is add a little bit of room reverb from Eventide on here, and some of their one of their compressors, Omnipressor, as well, just to bring them out. And I wanted the retro feel as well, so it's kind of, yeah, it's just retro-ish. Anyway, I'm going to play what I've got so far, and then we can add some other bits and pieces. Okay, here we go. Okay, so stop that sec. So what I'm going to do here now, obviously there's loads to add to this. Yeah, I want to add some little bits and pieces here, maybe need some more pads. Definitely need something else going on here, but I've got this idea for a kind of a solo that runs over the end. And what it is this is this, like I said, there's a first part of this synthwave thing, and then it's all kind of going to be one big track. So it'll be the first part, then there'll be this part, and then there'll be a third part as well. So, you know, like when so it starts off quite action-packed, then this is quite the melancholy, sad part, you know, and then it'll speed up at the end sort of thing for another track. But anyway, I'm doing this one in here, and then this will get transferred somewhere else. Anyway, so let's just have a jam over with this. I've got this like hard rocker. lead sound, which I'm going to have a blast over this bit here. A matter of jamming around and seeing what I like, but I don't really want it to come in. I don't really want it to come in right at the beginning. Maybe something else will be there as well. Let's see. So I'm gonna have I'm gonna record from here, I think. I'll just press play and then record, but I think guess maybe from the second. The last part of it will start with the solo bit kind of thing. Of course, I can turn record on any time I like now. I'll probably put some more percussion bits in as well. See. Actually, I think that might have been the one. That really never happens. Okay, so the thing is, I forgot to turn off my quantize. I was going to do this free without quantize record, so it might not sound great. But if it's okay, I'll actually freeze that and we'll move on. I like them drums. They're a bit of a glitch there, I need to freeze. I actually like that, and I think what I'll do is, before I go any further, I'm going to freeze a couple of these so I can work on this a bit. It's a good idea when you've got blocks of MIDI like this. So obviously this bass line here, let's close that a sec. This bass line, it's the same thing. There's only 3 chords in the whole thing. I think it's A, G, and F, my favorite 3 chords. But if I solo the bass is absolutely brilliant. Just super fab bass that is. It's just so subby. I'll take this off. Well, what I do is, if I was to try and freeze this now, what reason we'd want to do is try and freeze each block independently, and then you'll end up with kind of audio glitches. So what I like to do, and I will edit this while it's freezing, because this will take a couple of minutes, and you don't want to sit there while this is just tracking along. What I do is select everything here like this. Okay, and then right click and go join clips, and that'll just make this into one big long MIDI file sort of thing. And then I can right click again, and when it says bounce in place, just hit this, and what it'll do is it will freeze that audio now, which will free up our CPU, and that means I can also just get rid of that instance of SynthMaster 2.9 that's in here as well. Again, freeing up even more CPU. So maybe we wanted to add some maybe more powerful effects or whatever, you know, at the end of the track. Anyway, I'm going to cut this now, and then we'll join it back when it's you know, at 100% sort of thing, or done. Okay, so you can see it's nearly done now. Any second now it's going to be done, and we can carry on. Okay, so we'll get some audio doublers. Stop that. All right, so now what we can do is actually delete the MIDI file. We don't need that anymore. And also delete the track. Now, what I could do is go back to that instance of and change the sound and record something completely different. So, I mean, I might want to just leave that there as it is. But for now, I will delete track and device. Well, there's no track there, but we can just do both anyway. Just delete all in group. And we can do this. Opens up the audio when I do that as well. So now I've got most of this froze. You'll see this DSP has gone back down to 1. I'm going to do this as well. And I'm also going to freeze up this. But let's have a listen to this at the moment as well. This is solo that. It's a nice sound. And that's actually, if we highlight this, that's a nice sound. So what I'm going to do is exactly the same thing as well with this. I'm going to freeze this track up because I'm done with it now. I'm happy with the mix. It actually doesn't affect the mix, and I can still add effects to it, but I'm happy with the sound and the MIDI recording. So be back in a sec when this is done. And the last one I'm going to freeze is this one here, and then I can work on this. So this one, let's have a listen to this. Well, let's just select it. This is classic 80s. I always say this about SynthMaster Player, which kind of contains the same packs as SynthMaster 1, but you can't do any adjustments to the actual synth itself. It's just a sound for every occasion, you know. Of course, the beauty with SynthMaster 2.9 is that you can also edit all these marvelous sounds that you have. You see, you have all your sounds of the world, etc., all the stuff you have in SynthMaster Player, but with the full synth, you know, which is very cool. So again, we shall be back in a sec while we'll take a look at this, and I'm just going to freeze out this one. So now we're back. We can, and we've frozen all this stuff. We can take a look at our actual lead guitar part, which is this here. Okay. And you've got layer 1, layer 2. So if you did want to make any adjustments, I'm actually quite happy with the sound. I just want to listen to it in solo. So that's the sound. And the track is this. I'll drop this back in a sec. Yeah. I'm gonna definitely have to add something here. But it won't need much, you know, when I finally finish it. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to freeze this guitar, and then we can add something else. I want to try and add something maybe here, some very, very light pads. Maybe very light padding from the very beginning. We'll just see what that sounds like. But yeah, we'll be back in a sec. Okay, so now we are back, And I'm going to use the same instance of, let's get the mixer out of the way. I'm going to use the same instance, but what I will do is I will just change the color. Hang on a sec. I'll change the color on this one. And where's my track color? Just so we can keep an idea of, you know, separate tracks. Better for my eyes. Okay, so there it is, and this is the one we're going to use. So I'm going to open it up, and I want some kind of let's go to our browse. Maybe let's see, a pad sound, pad, not guitar pad. Take off these. All just go to all, and then pad. Maybe organ. Oh, a pad. Meaning pad. I don't want an ARP. Let's see. Oh, dark pad might be good. So let's say. All right, that might be. Let's try dark pad 2. No, I don't like that much for this. Definitely not that. I like that better because it's more in keeping with the vintage vibe. I don't want to try and use too many sounds that maybe wouldn't have been available in the 80s. That's my point, you know. Working on something like this, which is like synthwave. If I don't want to start making sounds that like would have been impossible, practically impossible to get in the 80s. Although, to be fair, pretty much everything you could do then you could do now. But I like that sweeping. Let's just have a look and listen to this. That's really nice. I'm going to do this. I'm going to turn the level of the click down a little bit because it can be annoying, but I just want to give myself a count in. Quantizer record's fine for this. It's just nice background, you know. Maybe move up an octave. Oh, sugar. I need to do that again. Just delete that MIDI clip. Forgot to change the chord. I'll move up an octave for when the bass comes in. Now. And I'll leave it in for this. Is nice. This other pad's come in now. And stop it. We've got this. And this. Oh no, hang on. This one I think it is. Quite nice. Let's hear it without the click. distant, this one. Remember to save. I think eventually something else might get added here. Yeah, I like that. Awesome stuff. Right. So what I also did here was I wanted to stop the actual. I mean, I could leave the trails in for the freezes, but you know, I think it actually sounds okay stopping clean at the end. Just to leave the synth hanging. Well, maybe that's better. You don't know. Okay. Anyway, guys, listen. Oh gosh, gone on long enough again. So I'm gonna. What I'm gonna do is save this, and then I'm gonna freeze this in a sec when I finish the video. Listen, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. SynthMaster 2.9. For the change, I don't. Do you know what? I don't think I might have. Probably have. But yeah, it's a fabulous synth. You know, as many of you will know, this was kind of the original SynthMaster. So listen, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, consider becoming a Patreon from as little as $1 a month. Help support what me and Joe do here at the Sound Test Room. If you're still here now, you're amazing, and I will see you guys later. Ta-ra!